they went all in with the Sauce Gardner trade, right? All in. Give you a couple of number one picks here. Then Daniel Jones breaks the leg, and then he tears the Achilles. All right, you're signing Phillip Rivers. Are you kidding me? I mean, by the way, you know what hasn't been talked about enough? Sam Ehlinger decided he didn't want to come play for the Colts. Why? You would have been. I know Denver activated him to the roster anyway, but he would have been maybe a starting quarterback this weekend.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
Look, the trend continues to go to Blake Corum. He's still available. I can't believe he's still available. So if you have Kyren Williams, you got to have Blake Corum on your roster. And if you don't have Kyren Williams, I think you still want Blake Corum on your roster. You got to have these insurance policies on your roster at the very least. Even in a shallow league, if Blake Corum's floating out there, don't let him float out there. The last thing you want to have happen is for him to end up on some other team and then taking you the next couple weeks to win a championship.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm just saying, if I were a good NFL head coach, if I were a hot offensive coordinator, and that coaching cycle's going to come around, and they're like, hey, do you want the Giants job? Or do you want the Michigan job? I think the Michigan job is much better.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going to
Saying
these
if I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me.
They
I
smashed
told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's amazing.
Look,
somebody's
in this
got
economy,
but they have money. I don't know. See what Kelsey says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. Hour number 3 of our probably 4.5-hour extravaganza. We'll see how long this football game lasts. We're getting set to start the second half. I do like, here's one play for you, Scott Wetzel and Gabriel Morency here on the Grid as always. I'm going to go Jonathan Taylor over rushing yards. They lowered it to 59.5, Gabe. He's got 24. I get that. It's only a 7-point game. Could be more by the time they get the ball. I get that. But they're going into halftime. They're not going into halftime thinking, all right, they're going to score and we're going to be down 14. I think they're going to go into halftime and say, man, we haven't had Jonathan Taylor touch the ball. We got to get him his 25 touches. So I've seen enough Colts game. I've seen them trail before, and I've seen them hand the ball off before. And I have to see Phillip Rivers throw the football 40 times. He's got 21 passes already. That's only 6 fewer than what he had all of last week. I don't think they're throwing him 40, times unless they fall behind by like 3 scores. So Jonathan Taylor, listen, he can get that in one run as well. So give me Jonathan Taylor over 58.5 yards rushing, 59.5, 60 yards basically.
Yeah, I think he's going to have a big impact here. I would go with the over 114.5 total combined yards because I think they're going to use him. He's caught 3 passes, so I think he's going to catch another, even more with a sense of urgency as this game goes on. And there's one player, they went to him in the end zone. They tried to get him the touchdown, but it didn't work. But Tyler Warren. So Tyler Warren's only got 1 catch. They've used Pierce a lot here. Pierce has been the guy who's got 53 yards so far. And Pierce with the 3 catches, his prop is 4.5, but you're getting plus 155 actually. So 2 more catches, plus 155. Jonathan Taylor, he's at 5.5 now, but so you need 3 more. That's plus 130. Josh Downs is at 5 already. And he's at 7.5 now. But Tyler Warren, 3.5. I think Warren, Scott, is going to make a play here in the second half. They're going to go to him. His prop is 24.5 yards right now. I'm going to get in on Warren. I think Warren has a big play in him.
Mm-hmm.
They're not making their life easy, though. There's another play for Kittle. Like I said, Kittle was a 111.5. He's open on every play. They're just going to keep throwing to him.
Wow. Here's a good example of how you should do shopping even on one site. Like they were offering Phillip Rivers, will he throw for 150 yards in each half? Obviously, he did it in the first half, and it was plus 250. And I'm thinking,
wow.
Why not? But then you go Phillip Rivers, like adjusted passing yards. And if you just use 150 more, then they're giving you 3-1 on that. So it's like, why would I take the 250 over here? They're just wording it differently. The bottom line is he needs 150 yards in the second half. So you might as well grab the 3-1. So that's why sometimes you just do a little shopping, even on the site that you're using anyway with FanDuel. That happens a lot on FanDuel. God bless them. But they do, like, there's so many bets in so many categories and so it crisscrosses, and you can get better odds. So we are underway. San Fran with the football, as we told you, they get the ball first, and they're already over in the midfield stripe. They're already inside Colts territory. Man,
big third down. We say it a lot, but they can't. If they're really going to be in this football game, we're talking from a prop perspective. But if they're really going to be in this game to try to win the game, cover the point spread, they can't play from behind. Right? One score is not the end of the world. Fine. You're down one score, that's one play. Multiple scores becomes a problem for them. This would be huge if they get a first stop here on the first drive to start the second half, and they don't. And they get the first down. Unable to stop them. 3rd and 8. Yeah, it would have been massive. I really get the crowd into it, get the ball back right away. 2 minutes, just quick drive. But they're already on the 22-yard line now.
Wow.
So what's Rivers' number now?
They have not punted, right?
I don't think they have. No, off the top of my head.
Field goal, touchdown. Wow.
This see
is like Oregon and James Madison.
I see a 285.5 now. So it really hasn't changed too much with Rivers here. The problem is, it's not like the Colts are coming.
Time.
They're not coming close to, like, stopping it, right? Like, every play, here's another one. Like, Purdy's just rolling out, throwing it down the field. It's not like, oh, my, we almost got to stop. Yeah, he stopped them on the first 2 downs, but here's another one for Kittle. Like I said, Kittle's just killing them, man. I'm pissed. Like, I loaded up on Kittle. I'm really upset I didn't get on the 11 and 11.5.
They've had the ball now, 5 times? Is their 6th possession, right?
So he already went over, Scott, as I brought up at the half with Tom. I said, hey,
there you go.
115. He's at 115 now. His new number is 136.5.
Yeah. They've had the ball 5 times, San Francisco. They've only had 4 third down conversions. I mean, that goes to what you're saying about they're not even being stopped. They're not even being challenged. No. I mean, 5 drives and only you get 4 third down attempts, in one drive. Maybe 2 realistically. But
kicking myself for not taking that 38.5 before with their team total too. They're going to be at 31. Like, there's still 11 minutes left in the third quarter still right now.
All right, what are Kittle's numbers now? You want to
136.5.
Wow, he's got 115. Whatever they're doing, they're not doing it against Kittle.
I knew.
I'll tell you that.
It's one good thing I identified coming into this game. I knew that Kittle was going to be the guy. Like, point blank. There's no Ricky Pearsall, Kendrick Bourne, Jawan Jennings. Like, no one. Yeah. They're not standout type of players. The Colt DBs, and don't forget the Colts passing defense is terrible, right? Like, they brought in Sauce Gardner for a reason to tighten things up. Gardner's hurt, others are hurt, and the last couple of weeks has been a big problem for them. It wasn't against Seattle last week for whatever reason. Like, Seattle was just terrible, but they get shredded a lot through the air. And they're getting shredded now. And there's another touchdown for San Francisco.
I was going to say,
there's Jawan Jennings. Speaking of Jennings, is it Jennings? Was this Jennings? Yeah, Jennings touchdown.
Jennings.
So right on cue, I said Jennings hasn't done it. There's the touchdown. Colts are screwed. They're not going to be able to win this game, Scott, down 2 touchdowns. So that's that.
It's amazing. They're going to end up not making the playoffs and everything, but the bottom line to everything last week, whether this is a goof, it's a fluke, whatever the case may be, Phillip Rivers handed the Colts the lead with 2 minutes left, and they blew it. It wasn't Phillip Rivers' fault. They had to kick the field goal, and
you're right.
They're just going to score 24 points tonight, right? They're probably going to score at least 24
14 to 21. Phillip Rivers went 14 to 21 for 176 yards and 2 touchdown passes in the first half, and you're losing 31-17. That's not on Rivers.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, what more can Rivers do? The defense, you guys got to get an effort stop, man. You haven't got one stop all night. Not one.
All night. Only four times did they even have third down.
Like you expect Rivers to score on every drive?
Madison. I know, right?
You want him to score on every
really...
drive? Like, come on, guys. Like, he's giving you 17 points, man.
He's got to be thinking to himself, what the fudge? What did I buy into here? Man. So, yeah. Now, what's the line, Scott? Good question. Let's see. It's probably like 10.5, I would think.
It'll be higher than that. It's 11.5,
yeah.
but 69.5 the total now.
Boy, they're not coming off the high
like
60s.
To be honest, like they're at 48 right now. Like 48. It's not stopping, guys. There's still 11 minutes left in the third. Like they scored this quickly. The Colts are going to have to pick up the pace. They can't slow down. And on the other side of it, they can't stop San Francisco. And don't think as San Francisco has a lead. Yeah, they could run the ball and eat the clock. They don't have to, Scott. They just got to throw it over the middle of the field. It's wide open. It's like, wow, there's Kittle again, and there's throw it down the field again. Right? Like San Francisco's probably going to get to 45 points here tonight.
And not to mention, what if they run the ball? Well, that means they're giving it to Christian McCaffrey. So
he can pop one exactly.
Yeah,
like, big play with him.
Yeah. So I still have McCaffrey's numbers down to 95.5. Actually, that was up from, 94.5, I think it was. But he's at 69, so that's 27 more yards. I think he's going to get that. I really do. And I still like Taylor's numbers at 55.5. All right, in-game live continues here on the grid.
They went all in with the Sauce Gardner trade, right? All in. Give you a couple of number one picks here. Then Daniel Jones breaks the leg, and then he tears the Achilles. All right, you're signing Phillip Rivers. Are you kidding me? I mean, by the way, you know what hasn't been talked about enough? Sam Ellinger decided he didn't want to come play for the Colts. Why? You would have been. I know Denver activated him to the roster anyway, but he would have been maybe a starting quarterback this weekend.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
Look, the trend continues to go to Blake Corum. He's still available. I can't believe he's still available. So if you have Kyren Williams, you got to have Blake Corum on your roster. And if you don't have Kyren Williams, I think you still want Blake Corum on your roster. You got to have these insurance policies on your roster at the very least. Even in a shallow league, if Blake Corum's floating out there, don't let him float out there. The last thing you want to have happen is for him to end up on some other team and then taking you the next couple weeks to win a championship.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm just saying, if I were a good NFL head coach, if I were a hot offensive coordinator, and that coaching cycle's going to come around, and they're like, hey, do you want the Giants job? Or do you want the Michigan job? I think the Michigan job is much better.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going to these
I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me.
They smashed
I told them to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's amazing. Somebody's got money.
In this economy,
but they have money. I don't know. See what Kelsey says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid, hour number 3. So 31-17, San Fran and the Indianapolis Colts. And really, Gabe, Scott Wetzel, Gabriel Morency, it can kind of go back to the first half. When you're going tit for tat here, you can't fumble the ball on a kickoff and sacrifice a series of downs. When you're giving up 31 points and you're scoring, and they really have not overcome that. If you think about it, they score first, make it 7-0. San Fran scores to tie it. And instead of the Colts getting the ball back and scoring, they turn the ball over on the kickoff. They give San Fran a short field, and it just kind of flipped from there. And then, with San Fran getting the ball to start the second half, as we just saw, an even game.
That's been the difference.
You score, I score. That's the difference, yeah. That one turnover on the kickoff.
It's a lot like an arena game. I was talking about the Arena League earlier. The Arena League, same thing. Everybody scores all the time. It's like, all right, can we get 2-3 stops and we'll win the game, right? That's like That's what it always came down to. And that looks like a catch and a fumble to me on this play here. I don't know if they're going to say incomplete here. But during the break, guys, I just clicked away again. Kittle's prop, guys, is only 8.5. He's at 7 catches right now. They're not going to stop, especially if Indy scores here, right? The Niners are going to have to keep on going. So I went over Kittle, and I just clicked again with Rivers. I couldn't help it, Scott. I went again. I got 280.5. So I got a 283.5, and I got a 280.5 here. And are they challenging this now? Now San Francisco is challenging. The Colts should have got the snap off faster here. This looks like a catch and a fumble. He caught it. Yeah, it's a catch and a fumble, clearly. Pittman caught it.
14 more yards.
The only question, you know what? He's not even a fumble. His elbow's down. I'm seeing his elbow's down. Right. It's going to be Colt ball. So, yeah, it's going to be a first down. They picked up the yardage here.
Down to the 35, just like that.
He caught it, spun around, and fumbled it. But he fumbled it when he landed on the ground. Like, his elbow popped the ball loose. Like, this, I don't even know why it's taking so long.
Right.
Like, this is one of these deals where the Niners are going to feel like idiots for challenging this. Like, Shanahan's going to, yell at the guy after, Scott. What the hell are you doing telling me to challenge that?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, the guy's knees down. Like, his elbow's down. Like, what are you challenging this for?
Yeah. Wasted a timeout. I mean.
Yeah.
Not to mention you're up 2 scores where it's just like, yeah, that's not even close.
Are you sure?
I'm seeing
exactly.
It now.
You almost just gave the Colts a little bit of breathing room. I know, Scott. It's not close, so you don't review it. And now you got Rivers is 44. Now you got to drink some Gatorade on the sideline, go over the place a little bit here, And now the Colts are like, all right, guys, we're moving the ball. We're still in this. Like, I would have been like, just keep playing. Yeah, you don't give the Colts another couple of minutes here. I think they're going to say it wasn't a catch. Yeah, was it complete or not? But you see, Scott, it's clearly
a catch. Took a couple.
He caught it. He spun around. He started running with it. Like, it's a catch. It's not a debate.
Yeah. I don't know. Listen, you're right in front of it, Coach. Even if some guy upstairs says no, challenge it. I'm like, no, I'm looking right at it. How's that not a catch?
You saw him land on his elbow. Like, he went down, landed on his elbow, and the ball popped out. That's one of those, too, where the refs know, too. The refs got it right. Give them credit. The refs were like, no, it was a catch. The thing to me about that play, Scott, that's interesting is nobody, sort of at first, Buddy on Seattle was smart that he fell on the ball.
Picked it up.
You'll notice the ball was lying there for a second, and everybody kind of thought, the Niner guy said, they didn't play through it. They just said incomplete. And a guy on Seattle, I think it was actually the dude that caught it. I think Pittman sort of crawled over and fell on the ball after. Anyways, but I'm just stating that if it was a fumble, they said, all right, that was complete, etc.
I'll tell you what, Gabe, that Seattle game last Thursday with the Rams on that 2-point conversion where the guy just nonchalantly picked the ball up.
Yeah, he didn't know. He didn't know. He just picked it up by chance.
I think that made every head coach out there remind their guys, you know what, just even if you don't have to play it, don't knock anybody over, don't get a penalty.
Pick it up. Make sure you have it. Charbonnet didn't know. Because remember, Kirk Herbstreit said, what presence of mind from Charbonnet to get the ball. Charbonnet was frustrated. He just picked the ball up out of frustration. The ball was bouncing around. He was like, he kind of picked it up and he was mad because they didn't get it.
If the ball wasn't in the end, if the ball wasn't in the end zone, he would have picked it up, but he wouldn't have run into the end zone. He just would have picked it up at the 1 or 2 yard line and flipped it to the official. It just happened that he picked it up and it happened to be in the end zone. Otherwise, he had no idea.
Yeah, it worked out for him. But you're right, though. They should always remember that. Play through. Just fall on the ball. You never know, right?
Yeah. You never know.
Now, they got to take advantage of this, though, the Colts here. They got to take advantage of this. They're down by 14. The clock is ticking away. We're already midway through the third here. There's 8.5 left. So big drive. Field goal really won't do them very much good here. It's almost 4 down territory, right? You're down by 2 scores. And you can't stop San
That.
Francisco.
I was thinking of that. Yeah, that's the key too. I haven't stopped them one time, so I unless it's like third or fourth and 12 or something, I don't think they would go for the field goal either.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. They might though. You make it all right. It's 31-20 is technically two scores. The 8, the 8 and the 3, etc. We'll see what happens. They got a 3rd and 7 coming up here right now.
Well, under 20.5, I'm holding on for dear life here.
Yeah, you never know.
Not looking
you never
good.
know.
Not looking good, but you never, you never know. We'll see. So Taylor's up to only
Riley
28
Leonard
yards
on the sideline. The show on Riley Leonard.
Yeah.
So just for the record, you asked about Leonard. There he is. 3rd and 7.
Keep on chucking. No. Jonathan
You can't
Taylor,
really
nothing.
go for it here. You just got stopped a bunch of times in a row. You're going to have to take a field goal here, in my opinion. There's still a lot of football left.
Yeah.
And,
You make it
I'm thinking out loud
game.
for the cover here, too. Like, you make it 30, you know what I mean? You cut it to 10, one more touch. There's the potential to lose this game by 3, etc. still.
Yeah.
Right? Like with the math. Let's say, 31-20, 31-28, or 34, or whatever, like depending on how it works out. If you can stop San Francisco. San Francisco just got away with pass interference, though. I tell you what. All right, so this should be, I was going to say this should be my long field goal attempt. It's not. I got 52.5, and it's 51. Son of a.
Oh,
I thought for sure, Scott, I was like, this will be the long field goal. No, it's not.
Yeah.
51, and the kick is good, too.
Naturally. And it would have been good from 55. Wow.
And Scott, I thought it was longer. I'm like, this should be a long field goal for sure. They're on like the 38 or something like that.
They went all in with the Sauce Gardner trade, right? All in. Give you a couple of number 1 picks here. Then Daniel Jones breaks the leg. And then he tears the Achilles. All right? You're signing Phillip Rivers. Are you kidding me? I mean, by the way, you know what hasn't been talked about enough? Sam Ellinger decided he didn't want to come play for the Colts. Why? You would have been. I know Denver activated him to the roster anyway, but he would have been maybe a starting quarterback this weekend.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
Look, the trend continues to go to Blake Corum. He's still available. I can't believe he's still available. So if you have Kyren Williams, you got to have Blake Corum on your roster. And if you don't have Kyren Williams, I think you still want Blake Corum on your roster. You got to have these insurance policies on your roster at the very least. Even in a shallow league, if Blake Corum's floating out there, don't let him float out there. The last thing you want to have happen is for him to end up on some other team and then taking you the next couple weeks to win a championship.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm just saying, if I were a good NFL head coach, if I were a hot offensive coordinator, and that coaching cycle's going to come around, and they're like, hey, do you want the Giants job? Or do you want the Michigan job? I think the Michigan job is much better.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going to
I'm
these
a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me.
They smashed
I told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's amazing.
Look,
somebody's
in this
got
economy,
money.
In this economy,
But they have money. I don't know. See what Kelsey says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. So field goal is good. So it's 31-20 now. Let's update the lines. Welcome back in Game Live. Scott Wetzel, Gabriel Morency. We got the San Fran favorite, obviously, by 11.5. Over-under is 70.5. So the first time, I don't remember seeing a 70 before, in this game. So it's 70, a little juice on FanDuel, minus 136. But how about that? 71.5. What, did you take it? Good for you.
I got
Dude,
over
keep
70
on
and a
piling,
half.
right? Wow.
I just
You
took
got 51
Kittle
points.
again. I took Kittle again. So
Yeah,
we took the
that's where I'd
Kittle
go.
to get 2 more catches, and I just took Kittle yards again. So Kittle is at 115, and his prop is 136 and a half. They're not going to stop.
Good.
Like, Indy are good against the
No.
run. Like, even McCaffrey, you're seeing, is getting bottled up a bit when he's running the ball. But Purdy is like it's like a day in the park, man. They're just sort of right. Well, here's a run for McCaffrey to get this drive going, but man, they're already at the 40-yard line. It's just sort of like they're moving in chunks here. It doesn't stop. Third quarter total is 16.5. Scott, I'm going to bet this right now. So they're at 10 right now.
10 already.
Yeah, one more touchdown in this quarter. It's minus 140. I'm jumping in right now. I'm going to go bigger. I think San Francisco probably score a touchdown on this drive.
Yeah. Tell you, that's one thing about these games. Now, you think this would be an isolated game. There's other things going on, but you think someone would be manning this one and doing it manually. Whereas I think a lot, there's so many props. We mention this all the time that it's hard to do every single prop manually. So what they do with Kittle is they just give you his numbers and they figure out, okay, he's having a good day, but it's still based on, okay, his overall number to start the game was right around 60 or so, right? Something like that. So they can't go crazy, but obviously they're going
and
to
also,
Kittle.
Scott, exactly. These are the best games for props in-game, guys, when the script breaks the computer type of deal. It's blown the computer, like you said. They had him at 69.5. What are they going to do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the computer never, the simulation and the algorithm never expected this game to be this high scoring. So they're having a hard time, like, adjusting in-game, like the numbers. Like, you and I, it's sort of like an NBA prop, like when a guy's got 28.5. It's like, wow, it's only 37 like now, right? Like, because they just can't comprehend, the computer can't comprehend that the opposite is happening. It's like an anomaly. Like, who the hell thought it'd be 51 points in this game? Like, if someone had said 51, it'd be like, wow, really, huh? Dude, there's 51 points with 6 minutes left in the third.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Like, is this?
You got it at the Indy 33-yard line, I'm seeing. Is that true?
Yeah, you know what? It looked like potentially the Colts thought that, like, they intercepted it, but it was one of those, he took it away, like, after he was down type thing. Jennings caught it and it got ripped out loose, but it was and look at this, bro. Like, they're just moving in chunks, Scott. Now they're on the 20-yard line.
This is embarrassing. I mean, this Colts defense.
You can't blame Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers can't do much more. He's giving you 20 points.
Yeah. I mean, wow. They gave up 18 last week, 36 to Jacksonville 2 weeks ago, 20 to Houston, but 23 to Kansas City. They played a little better of late. I will say this, but I've seen them play enough times to know that their defense stinks, but not this bad. I mean, this is just like, you're not going to have them punt the ball one time the entire game.
Yeah, they're getting carved up. Now I'm surprised they don't get flagged for this. They kind of like they tackled Putty late. It's like, yeah, now you step up with a tackle. Look, they hold to a field goal. It's 34-20 again. All right, they're already in trouble as it is. We'll see what happens. Well, where's the total sitting at now? 71.5. Interesting. So they're at 51. We'll see if they score here. Man, it's been 573 combined yards so far in this game.
Wow.
Like I said, like, who the hell expected that?
They're offering you a passing prop on, I just blocked out of it. It was 16-1. Will either Purdy or Rivers throw for 400 yards?
Wow.
22-1 now it is. So they bumped it back up.
One thing San Francisco did, we talked about, San Francisco did run the ball on this drive more, but they ran the ball and got big chunks. Like, it hasn't stopped them from moving the ball down the field quickly, even though they've been running it more on this one. Here's a third down coming up here now.
This is big. You need to get him.
Man,
obviously.
I bet the over 16.5. They got stopped now. Oh boy.
Would they go for it?
It's 4th and 7.
Yeah, probably not. Purdy's at the 248.
Why is the owner on the field next to Phillip Rivers right now?
NFL.
they went all in with the Sauce Gardner trade, right? All in. Give you a couple of number one picks here. Then Daniel Jones breaks the leg, and then he tears the Achilles. All right, you're signing Phillip Rivers. Are you kidding me? I mean, by the way, you know what hasn't been talked about enough? Sam Ellinger decided he didn't want to come play for the Colts. Why? You would have been. I know Denver activated him to the roster anyway, but he would have been maybe a starting quarterback this weekend.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
Look, the trend continues to go to Blake Corum. He's still available. I can't believe he's still available. So if you have Kyren Williams, you got to have Blake Corum on your roster. And if you don't have Kyren Williams, I think you still want Blake Corum on your roster. You got to have these insurance policies on your roster at the very least. Even in a shallow league, if Blake Corum's floating out there, don't let him float out there. The last thing you want to have happen is for him to end up on some other team and then taking you the next couple weeks to win a championship.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm just saying, if I were a good NFL head coach, if I were a hot offensive coordinator, and that coaching cycle's going to come around, and they're like, hey, do you want the Giants job? Or do you want the Michigan job? I think the Michigan job is much better.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going to
I'm
these
saying I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not.
They told me.
They
I
smashed
told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's
They
amazing.
don't.
Well, somebody's
in this
got
economy,
money.
in this economy,
But they have money. I don't know. See what Kelsey says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. So Niners do go for the field goal. They do get it, so it's 34-20. Kind of keeping the Colts on the periphery. We've seen the Bears, on Saturday. So clearly they're still very much in this football game with 4 minutes left to go in the third quarter. You got 13 points. You got over 16.5 third quarter. So you need a touchdown still from the Colts here. Maybe you never know, but. Niners have yet to punt. It's 11.5, and the number is now 70.5. So we blew through the 60s, through the 50s, then the 60s.
Yeah.
And the game did officially lose my teaser. My teaser of under 52.5 is dead now. So
who would have thought, huh? With 4 minutes left. And I took it on the chin the other night when I admitted that I said, man, that's a bad bet. I bet the over in a Villanova-Wisconsin basketball game, and it went to overtime, and I still lost by like 30 points. Yeah. Actually, it was like 23 points or something like that. But whatever, dude. I bet the under this game too. Right. The only thing smart enough that I did do was say, all right, I'm wrong. Like early, I caught on. I don't normally do that. Like I won't.
Right.
I'll bite the bullet on the loss, or I'll say, no, this game will slow down. We got a chance or whatnot. But I finally got burnt betting the under tonight. But I said, all right, screw this. So at least I jumped in on the in-game over. I think I got a 58.5. And now I got a 70.5. I got a lot of props going in this game. At least it's close enough that, right, like the Colts need to pick up the pace a bit, but at least like they're driven to get offense here. Like they can't screw around. They got to pick up the pace. They need to get first downs. Field goals really, at some point, you got to say, all right, field goals aren't going to do us any good. So I still think there's going to be an opportunity for Rivers to put up numbers here, and I still think there's an opportunity for points in this football game. Hell, they score on this drive, man. We're at 61 points.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right there. And I'm a little surprised they got the Rivers numbers down to 272.5 passing-wise. I mean, the dude's at 189. He's not slowing down any that I could see. They're trailed by 2 scores. Taylor's at 35 yards, and I still think they're going to give him the ball a little bit. But at this point, now, he's got a bunch of carries second half. He's got 12 carries. But,
they're giving it to him on this drive here. He's picking up some chunks here, but it's more like 5-6 yards. Which I don't really have a problem with. I think one thing that the Colts have done that isn't good is they've been in a lot of 3rd and 7s and stuff tonight. I think they're trying to get ahead of the sticks here a little bit to make it a little easier for Rivers. But they're moving the ball. they just picked up another first down, and they're midfield right now already. So they're punching back here. Man, I would like. I got to tell you though, I need a touchdown before the end of this quarter.
Yeah,
almost. It was one of those. I would have been better off. Yeah, I would have been better off if this Niners scored a touchdown there. To be honest, I put more on that one, but whatever. It is what it is. Like it's like sitting at a table here at a casino. You play these in-game bets, you're not going to win them all. You got to sort of shake off the loss, move on, and say, all right, what's next?
Right. I can't believe San Fran only has 1 sack. He's getting all day to
He
throw
gets rid of the ball too fast.
But he does.
They are getting, you know what? They are getting
really
pressure on him, though, but he gets rid of it pretty quickly. He's good at that. Rivers is doing a great job, man. Like, he's doing a great job. Like, this is not easy. He's got 20 points on the Niners. Like, he's breaking down the defenses. They're coming at him. He's getting rid of the ball quickly. He's identifying the open man quickly. Like, super impressive what Rivers is doing here. Like you say, you can't blame Rivers. Like, if you said, all right, Rivers is going to do what he did so far, you think you'd have a better chance of winning the game. But like we've been talking about, if you're just joining us, San Francisco has not punted the ball yet tonight.
Yeah. There was a play, Gabe. It was either the first or second Colts touchdown that every once in a while.
I think Kittle might have got hurt. You got to be kidding me. I had a Lamar prop last night. I had Trevion Henderson. I've lost a lot of props due to guys getting hurt. Kittle's on the sideline looking very frustrated right now. He's warming up a bit, actually, now. I just saw it, so he's warming up a bit.
He is an accident waiting to happen. He's been hurt this whole career. But there was like I said, every once in a while, TV will show you, by accident almost, why these guys are in the NFL. I think it was the second touchdown, first or second touchdown. Phillip Rivers threw the ball before the wide receiver is doing a down and then cut to the middle, right? A post pattern. And he threw the ball before the wide receiver made the post move. And then there were 3 defensive backs kind of intersecting. And he put the ball in between the 3 defensive backs on the button to the wide receiver. And it's like, wow. It's you got to be a good quarterback to do that. Average quarterback, if the guy's open, I'll throw you the ball. Okay. But you got to be able to throw the ball, know where to throw it, know where to put it before all the cuts are made. And every once in a while, you see a highlight like that. It makes you realize, okay, that's what a Hall of Fame quarterback can do versus guys that.
Well, he's got the vision. That's the one thing. Yeah. Like, if you were playing Brett Rippon right now, you would, it sounds crazy to say to him.
Never would have made that pass. Never.
He wouldn't give you the same chance to win. You wouldn't have 20 points right now. The Niners would be eating them alive, and it'd be like, we're in a lot of trouble. Like, at least Rivers got a puncher's chance for you, right? He's putting points up on the board. The defense has really let him down today. Let's just call it out for what it is. All right, they get the first down on 3rd and 3. They're moving the ball. I just don't like that it's taken so long. And I forget about even my prop there that in the quarter here. They're going to have one more play left in this quarter. But at least they're getting first downs. They're on the 45-yard line now, the Niners. And you got to believe, Scott, down by 14. They're not kicking any more field goals.
Yeah, not at this point. I wouldn't think so. Again, unless it's 4th and 12 or 13, and maybe not even then. But, yeah, you needed about 2 more minutes, because I don't doubt they will score here. But we want to double down. And
now Jonathan Taylor's not on the field. God, this drives me crazy.
What's he up to? 40 yards? 38 yards. Got to sweat that one out. I got him at 58.5. Did go down to 55.5, but they're not able to run the ball.
We're going to the fourth quarter.
Hey, it's amazing. All right. Fourth
they
quarter.
Just started running the ball. They're running the ball a bit here, which is killing our Rivers prop too. My in-game props are blowing up on me due to injury and game script here suddenly. Rivers down to 273.5 now.
Yeah,
could really use for the Rivers prop.
Halftime.
And what's he got now?
27. 6
yeah,
passes.
they've really slowed down the passing here. They've really. I knew they all right. Don't abandon the run. I don't have a problem with it, but my only issue is it's taking up a lot of time, guys. So yeah, you're getting the first downs and stuff, but the Niners will gladly let you eat up 6 minutes or 7 minutes when you're down 2 touchdowns. But the thing with Rivers here, so it's 272.5. He's actually at an even 200 right now. So if he could pick up a chunk here, you know what I mean? They're on the 40, 45. Pick up another 20, 25 yards.
20 yards.
We still have a puncher's chance
25
to get there
yards.
still.
Yeah, you got to figure final drive, the oh, by the way drive, he's showing tonight he could do that. It's good for what, 50 yards, 55 yards?
Yeah, the
one
dink
of those
and
oh, by the
dunk,
way drives.
especially late in the game. Yeah, we should get some yards. That's why now, if we could just get like another, get it up here.
Another 20, 25.
If we get a quick freaking stop, it would help too. If they can, what I mean? Or let San Francisco score quicker.
Yeah.
Or let them score quicker.
Score a touchdown.
God, I'm going to get screwed with this Kittle stuff, though. It's brutal with the in-game. At least Kittle got to his numbers and the props before he ended up getting hurt.
Yeah. It all kind of
Taylor's
points
at
to
72 now. 72 combined yards.
Oh, okay.
It's disappointing. Like, you got to get him the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, I thought that was a good bet. I really thought that was a good play. I didn't look at that before the game. I had all my others, but when you mentioned that, I was like, yeah, they're going to get him the ball. They've thrown it to him 3 times for 33 yards. He's had some success. I don't know why they don't do that. They're running the ball now, because you mentioned, but he's got 14 carries for 39 yards. That's less than 3 yards a carry. It's not happening, fellas, running the ball. Much as I'd like you to keep on doing it to get them by 59, but it's not happening tonight.
They've got offensive line issues, too. They're missing 2 guys on the O-line. So it's just they couldn't run the ball last week against Seattle. They averaged like 3, same thing. It was like 3.2 or something like that. The Colts are just out of bodies. You know what I mean? It was a good start for them. They're broken down. It's more than just losing the quarterback. They're battling. I mean, it's, like we said, it's their freaking defense that are killing them tonight.
Yeah. All right, more coming up in Game Live.
They went all in with the Sauce Gardner trade, right? All in. Give you a couple of number 1 picks here. Then Daniel Jones breaks the leg. And then he tears the Achilles. All right? You're signing Phillip Rivers. Are you kidding me? I mean, by the way, you know what hasn't been talked about enough? Sam Ellinger decided he didn't want to come play for the Colts. Why? You would have been. I know Denver activated him to the roster anyway, but he would have been maybe the starting quarterback this weekend.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
Look, the trend continues to go to Blake Corum. He's still available. I can't believe he's still available. So if you have Kyren Williams, you got to have Blake Corum on your roster. And if you don't have Kyren Williams, I think you still want Blake Corum on your roster. You got to have these insurance policies on your roster at the very least. Even in a shallow league, if Blake Corum's floating out there, don't let him float out there. The last thing you want to have happen is for him to end up on some other team and then taking you the next couple weeks to win a championship.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm just saying, if I were a good NFL head coach, if I were a hot offensive coordinator, and that coaching cycle's going to come around, and they're like, hey, do you want the Giants job? Or do you want the Michigan job? I think the Michigan job is much better.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going
I'm
to
saying
these
if I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me.
They smashed
I told them to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's amazing. They
Look,
well, somebody's
in this
got
economy,
money.
In this economy,
But they have money. I don't know. See what Kelsey says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Colts are on the move, and Rivers has 35 more yards passing.
Touchdown.
So we were asking for 20-25, and now we got a touchdown.
Yeah, how about that, Scott? Rivers, 6 for 6 for 46 yards on that drive.
He's going to get to 300.
This guy is balling, man. Like, this is a serious story. Jonathan Taylor catches the touchdown now. So Taylor from the 1 yard line. Rivers is all fired up. We're back in it. 34-26, extra point pending.
All right, we got a game. Let us bring our good buddy Brady Cannon, Sports Grid host. You see it here all the time on the grid. What do you think, Brady? I'm sure you expected a 34-27 contest,
Yeah.
right? Early fourth quarter. Didn't we all?
Well, apparently some people did because the over was steamed earlier today. And boy, did they get it right. I mean, there was 21 points in this game before you could blink an eye. I want to say there was 10 minutes left. 5 minutes left.
11 minutes, Brady. 20, yeah. 21 points in the first 11 minutes.
5 minutes left. I think there was 28 points or something like that. I mean, it was incredible. You know, I think it was after the first or second touchdown, the in-game total went to 58. It's now at 71.5. And I'm telling you, I don't think I'm ready to bet the under just yet. I mean, right now so the extra point is good. You've got 61 points on the board. I'd take over 71.5, guys. I don't think we're done yet. We've basically have the entire fourth quarter left of action here. And the big storyline, as you guys obviously have observed all evening, nobody's playing any defense. We knew the Niners defense was probably playing above their head. Robert Saleh's done a tremendous job with this squad, but they're not that great. They're average. The Colts defense has been pretty decent, but off of that, I think what was also above their head, an incredible performance against the Seattle Seahawks for that defense last week. I didn't feel that was repeatable this week, and it's showing up. So these offenses are succeeding, and these defenses are just basically less than mediocre this evening.
Can the Colts get a stop here is the question. Can they get a quick stop?
I don't know if they can, Gabe. They really haven't all night, right? Why now?
No.
I mean, the best they've done, really, have the Niners even punted? The best that they've done is hold San Francisco to a field goal. And that would be a victory right here, quite honestly.
The only thing I'll say is maybe without Kittle on this drive, it's going to be all McCaffrey suddenly, right? So I would expect a heavy dose. Unless Kittle comes back out, I'm trying to look right now for a Kittle update. But he wasn't on the field there from what I saw after.
And they don't have his props listed anymore either on FanDuel.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. Like,
so
could be an impact. He's been a big part of this game for them. He has been the offense.
He's typically Purdy's favorite target.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I know that McCaffrey's a badass, but like you said, Kittle's a big part of this thing. So if the Colts could just sort of bottle up McCaffrey here and get the ball back.
Gabe, you bring up an interesting suggestion right there. Not only is Kittle a favorite target of Brock Purdy, but this offense, as far as the running game, flourishes so much more when George Kittle is in the game because he's a tremendous run blocker. If you look at Christian McCaffrey's stats with George Kittle in the game versus without George Kittle, there's a big difference there. So that's going to impact the running game as well if Kittle's not coming back in this game.
I would look for maybe Christian McCaffrey then, receiving yards at 22.5, 6 more yards. He's got 17. Or rushing. You know, you want to go with his rushing numbers? I mean, if he's going to be the focus, right, Brady?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And he catches a lot of those checkdowns right over the middle. When he can't find Jennings, I know Pearsall's not in this game. If he can't find something deep, he checks it down with a 5-yard, drop off to Christian McCaffrey. No doubt about it. He should be able to catch 6 more yards of receiving in this game. Again, with an entire fourth quarter basically left in front of us here.
It's been a fun game at least. All right. So I'm trying to find out what happened to Kittle, but Twitter's blowing up right now. Fantasy football players, they're in the playoffs right now. They're really freaking crying right now. Oh my God, Kittle! And trust me, I'm aware. I got Kittle props. Brady, I was all in on Kittle. I took him over receiving yards at 1. I took him over receptions at 1. I took Kittle to score a touchdown at 1. But I was like, they're not stopping him, so I'm going to take him again. And then he gets hurt. So I got greedy.
Okay.
Yeah, then I got
right.
greedy.
But you hit all the first wave of bets, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think he was already 60-plus receiving yards before he got taken out of the game. He's actually, the last 5 games
he's
in
listed
a row,
as questionable to return now. I see Adam Schefter. George Kittle is questionable, which probably means he ain't coming back. They're up by,
He's had 65-plus yards receiving in his last 5 games or so. But I tell you what, big picture here, if this guy misses a couple games, I don't think they're getting the number one seed. Like I said, he's a huge target, for Brock Purdy, but he's also maybe even bigger in the running game for Christian McCaffrey.
It's amazing, isn't it, how late in the season, like the Packers are just cursed, right? And players are going down right now, and it's late in the season.
They haven't
and
had
it
a
could
bye
really,
week since week 5. The Niners just had a bye week, 2 weeks ago? I think that's a benefit for a veteran team, has some older guys. The Packers haven't had a week off since week 5. So it's no surprise that they're starting to get banged up here in week 16.
Yeah, the Niners,
I'm a
here's the
big
McCaffrey
believer
show.
I'm a big believer in a double bye season for teams. It's great having all these games. It is as a fan and a better, but having 2 buys, it's not the worst thing in the world if it's going to keep these guys just a little bit healthy.
No.
They're going to do it
totally
at least,
agree.
though. They will when they go to the 18-game schedule.
Right.
Right. The
they will,
CFL
yes.
plays 18
Which
games, and the
is probably
CFL
better.
has 2 buys. They'll just copy the same.
Which is
You
good.
get 2 buys. Oh, here's McCaffrey right
Here
on
come the
cue.
Niners. Right on cue.
McCaffrey just
There you
popped
go.
a run for about 20, 30 yards.
Yeah,
Looks like they're going to
24
score.
yards.
The Colts just can't stop him. Looks like they're going to score a touchdown.
Into the red zone.
Which, you know what? Helps our props in a way with the river stuff, the overs,
absolutely.
you know what I mean? Because now it just keeps the wheels going, right? The Colts, all right, we got to keep throwing.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You think he's going to get to
McCaffrey
300 yards? What has he got about now? 240?
235.
Rivers, 235. Yeah. McCaffrey's at
I think he
118
gets
yards. He
300.
hit that over, probably.
Wow.
Yeah. I'll find some more props for Brady when we come back.
They went all in with the Sauce Gardner trade, right? All in. Give you a couple of number 1 picks here. Then Daniel Jones breaks the leg. And then he tears the Achilles. All right? You're signing Phillip Rivers. Are you kidding me? I mean, by the way, you know what hasn't been talked about enough? Sam Ellinger decided he didn't want to come play for the Colts. Why? You would have been. I know Denver activated him to the roster anyway, but he would have been maybe a starting quarterback this weekend.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
Look, the trend continues to go to Blake Corum. He's still available. I can't believe he's still available. So if you have Kyren Williams, you got to have Blake Corum on your roster. And if you don't have Kyren Williams, I think you still want Blake Corum on your roster. You got to have these insurance policies on your roster at the very least. Even in a shallow league, if Blake Corum's floating out there, don't let him float out there. The last thing you want to have happen is for him to end up on some other team and then taking you the next couple weeks to win a championship.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm just saying, if I were a good NFL head coach, if I were a hot offensive coordinator, and that coaching cycle's going to come around, and they're like, hey, do you want the Giants job? Or do you want the Michigan job? I think the Michigan job is much better.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going
I'm
to
saying
these
if I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me.
They
I
smashed
told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's
They
amazing.
Don't.
They do.
Look,
Well, somebody's
in this
got
economy,
money.
in this economy, they don't
But
got the money.
they have money. I don't know. See what Kelsey says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
All right, welcome back in Game Live, Game Day here on the Grid. I'll tell you one thing we haven't had really tonight, which is a rarity for us, Scott and Gabe, is touchdowns during our break. But there have been so many tonight. This will be the one game. First and goal, San Francisco, as they just convert on a 3rd and 9, fellas. We're talking with Brady Cannon. Wow, this Colts defense, Brady, is just so bad tonight. Just so bad. 34-27. Niners now lead.
They can't get the
threatening for
stop.
more. Yeah.
They can't get to stop, and Brady has departed us. Brady's gone, Scott.
Oh, okay.
But touchdown, yeah, it's insane. Touchdown seems imminent here. They haven't punted once. There was a big catch. The Niners have been in 3rd and long a bunch of times tonight. The Colts have done a good job on 1st and 2nd down, and then on 3rd down, it gets blown up all the time, and they complete it. They just ran with McCaffrey on 1st down. They get stopped here. The clock is ticking away here, 8.5 minutes left, man. So whatever happens, the Colts got to do it fast. Get the stop or let them score quickly.
Yeah. Got Rivers. We keep on going back to him, but he's obviously the story, right? They're not going to be running the ball because they're going to get at least a field goal here. So they're going to be down 2 scores with 7-8 minutes left, whatever it ends up being. He's at 235.
Hope we can get the ball twice again.
Yeah, he's at 235, and they're giving you. Well, they just locked it, but it was at 280 and change. So yeah, that's 50 yards basically. 289, 288.5 on FanDuel. So 55 yards next drive. They don't. He can get it in 1, but if he doesn't get it in the first drive, what are they offering you?
They're offering me a profit now for a cash out. They think it's going to happen, right? Yeah. We're not there yet. I'm not doing it, but looks like so. Did he get his feet down here? Oh boy, we're going to have a long review here. It's going to be one of these. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's a touchdown. No, then did he? Yeah, the ball hit the ground after, so no. There's a lot to digest there. So 3rd and goal. Once again, 3rd down. They score. So McCaffrey scores another touchdown.
Wow. Yeah,
I just made a 49er fan's night. There was a girl in a Niner jersey right behind, right where he just scored. He just handed her the ball. She's freaking out right now. So yeah, they score 40-27, extra point pending. Well, I got that over 71.5. The only thing is the Colts aren't kicking a field goal now, so I still sort of need a touchdown, Scott. You know what I mean? If the Niners kicked a field goal here, I was like, all right, I need a touchdown here and I'll get it, but I still need a touchdown now either way.
Well, you got 70.5 or 71.5?
70.5. So I got the good number at 70.5. I could escape, but they ain't kicking a field goal now. Maybe the Niners out a field goal late.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm just saying, I'm thinking, it's Colts or bust,
Yeah. I'm thinking Colts have the ball at their own 35, 40, 45 yard line. It's 4th and 5. They got to go for it. And they don't get it. And then the Niners just run a couple plays and kick a field goal and they tack on.
I've been screwed a lot. It's amazing, over years like that, where the other team kicks a field goal because the clock, man, it was like, they don't have a choice. They got to kick a field goal with 30 seconds left here. I hate that. Yeah. Hopefully it happens for me tonight. But let's get the Phillip Rivers bet home here. We're not there yet. We need a big drive here. They're going to need to throw it. I basically need 50 yards. I don't know what your exact number is. I got 283.5 and 280.5, and we're 235. So we need essentially 51 yards for one of them. We could get this. I'm just worried about an interception.
Right. Yeah, I still need my San Fran defensive touchdown. So isn't it amazing though? Even numbers in the 70s. Which you think, all right, whatever, 70.5, 71.5, yeah, I'll take it. Give it to me. I think it's going to be, even numbers in the 70s is a big difference between 70.5 and 71.5. Yeah. The field goal, you're a winner at 70.5. Yeah. I mean, it's
the 70.5 was a good bet because of the number at the time, right? And it was like, then they said, all right, 71.5 is not. It's that extra score almost. And, it stayed on number here. So it's exactly 14 the whole time. I see a 74.5, but it's minus 180 to the over. Yeah. So
FanDuel's
got the computer is expecting, they're expecting another touchdown in this game.
Yeah. Listen, they were, and I meant to bring this up when we had Brady on, but when San Fran had the ball early 4th quarter, they were giving you 10.5 more points than what the score was, which means 2 touchdowns. And I was like, wow, they're really expecting no field goals. It's with 12.5 minutes left, I think it was. And sure enough, we got 2 touchdowns. So it was over that number.
Thing is, let's say the Colts move the ball. They don't move the ball. They don't score midfield. And then the Niners just sort of run the ball after. There's a couple of ways this could go still.
Yeah. 7.5 minutes left.
they went all in with the Sauce Gardner trade, right? All in. Give you a couple of number one picks here. Then Daniel Jones breaks the leg, and then he tears the Achilles. All right, you're signing Phillip Rivers. Are you kidding me? I mean, by the way, you know what hasn't been talked about enough? Sam Ellinger decided he didn't want to come play for the Colts. I mean, why? You would have been. I know Denver activated him to the roster anyway, but he would have been maybe a starting quarterback this weekend.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
Look, the trend continues to go to Blake Corum. He's still available. I can't believe he's still available. So if you have Kyren Williams, you got to have Blake Corum on your roster. And if you don't have Kyren Williams, I think you still want Blake Corum on your roster. You got to have these insurance policies on your roster at the very least. Even in a shallow league, if Blake Corum's floating out there, don't let him float out there. The last thing you want to have happen is for him to end up on some other team and then taking you the next couple weeks to win a championship.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm just saying, if I were a good NFL head coach, if I were a hot offensive coordinator, and that coaching cycle's going to come around, and they're like, hey, do you want the Giants job? Or do you want the Michigan job? I think the Michigan job is much better.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going
I'm
to
saying
these
I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. That's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me.
They
I
smashed
told them
you.
to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's amazing.
Look,
somebody's
in this
got
economy,
money.
in this economy,
But they have money. I don't know. See what Kelsey says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
All right, welcome back in Game Live. Game Day here on the grid. Hour number 3 of our 3.5 or so extravaganza. Who knows? Maybe we go to overtime the way this wacky NFL weekend has gone for sure. So, but
yeah, we got wackiness now.
Yeah, what do we see?
Rivers fumbles. Rivers fumbles. They recovered it though, but it's 2nd and 25 now. They're on the 5-yard line, which I don't think they would go for it now. Suddenly,
yeah, no. Why they couldn't be that crazy.
Which actually puts the Niners in that field goal territory I was just talking about, though, suddenly, right? They're going to get good field
even
position.
if they punt. Yeah.
Just like that. So, yeah, Rivers gets the ball batted out of his hand. Dear God, we're not going to get the passing yard prop art. We're going to get screwed somehow. Gets batted out of his hand. Now they're in a 3rd and 25 on their own 5-yard line. At that point, I was hoping San Francisco recovered almost. So I was like, let them recover, punch it in, and we'll do this all over again. Here, we'll try to go down the field, right?
Yeah.
But this is eating up clock, and now they're going to punt probably. They're not going to go for it on their 5-yard line. Let's see if they can get a miracle on 3rd and 25.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't do that. They would have to pick up
they don't.
the yards. Yeah.
That was a quick series, too. That was like bam, in and out.
Yeah, that was.
They got to punt from their end zone now. We didn't get a single yard, Scott. Now we got to hope we got to hope the same thing. We got to hope that this happens fast. Either the Niners score on one quick play, or just get the field goal quickly and get the ball back, and we have one more drive. We got to hope for this. This guy's punting from the back of his end zone here right now, so he should get good. Like I said, I got the over 7. I just need a field goal more for the total at least, but I want that Rivers prop. Or he boots it to the 50-yard line. All right. Niners ball on like the 44 of Indy.
We should get it with about, even if they put a little drive together here, 2.5 minutes left. The question is down 3 scores, would they put Rivers back out there?
Yeah, I think they will, but
I think so.
I was going to say the question is, hopefully the Colts just start using their timeouts here right now. The clock is not your friend if you're Indy. Like, you don't need to save the timeouts. Like, I would stop the damn clock. Like, don't let San Francisco just – like, San Francisco are going to try to eat up the 6 minutes here. It's going to be McCaffrey time now. And Robinson. They're just going to run the ball here. And they'll try to kill the clock. So we'll see if Indy can get a stop, get the field goal, get the ball back, and hopefully we can get Rivers on the way out here. But that was not ideal, Scott. Like you said, we got 0 yards off that drive.
Yeah.
I was worried about the interception or something bad happening, and then lo and behold, it was the fumble instead. Like I said, I wish San Francisco would have recovered instead.
Yeah. A little bit much
And you know what?
better
You're
man.
and wow. Just one of those. All right, we'll see. They're on the 45-yard line. They're going to run the ball. Here's McCaffrey. And they kind of stop him.
Neither one of my sack guys got a sack tonight.
No, I was going to say, that was a sack, I guess. Did they get a sack on the fumble there? Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't Huff or White. So
the Colts do have 3 timeouts left. I guess they're figuring. They're not going to tap out. They're at home. Their season's on the line. So you figure that Steichen coaches this to the whistle here.
But there is no reason to wait. Like, I see coaches do this. I mean, the game is on the line now. You can't wait until there's 3 minutes left before you start using your timeout.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they always do that,
You got to use them now.
You're right. That's what I'm saying.
It's dumb.
They said no one thinks outside the box. They always, all right, now there's 3 minutes left. It's like, no. There's 6 minutes. Like, stop them now. The game's on the line. Don't pretend that, like, there's 3. What's the difference? Like, the game's on the line. We all know it.
Yeah. Especially when they run the ball. So you know they ran the ball. You know they're going to use up all 30-plus seconds. So use it now. This way you get the ball back. You'll deal with, getting the ball back with 4.5 minutes left.
Once again, they got him in a third down. Like, it's just constant. Right. 3rd and 6.
All right.
And they pick it up. First down.
Oh, jeez. Are you kidding me? This team is not going to punt one freaking time. Not once.
The only thing that helps us is they called him out of bounds. He fell like on near the boundary there. So Kittle's done for the day. Kittle's on the sideline. I'm going to get screwed for that prop. God, that sucks. Stinks. Dude, I had Lamar prop last night. I had Henderson. I've lost like 4 props this weekend due to injuries. It's pretty frustrating, actually.
I looked at my season props that I put in at the beginning of the year, Gabe. So long story short, I got about 25 of them, right? Basically, to a man, every one I lost is because they got hurt. Every one of the players that won because they played the full season. And that's all these props are. It's just it's just like in game. If you play the whole game, you play the whole season, you'll reach your numbers. You're
I don't like
on whether they stay healthy or not.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of NFL season-long player props because of that. You're basically betting, will they get hurt or not? Baseball, I like baseball better. I don't mind. People get injured. It's a risk, but there's less of a risk at least with like home run prop or you know what I mean? It's just offensive baseball season props, which is actually around the corner. Baseball season is like going to sneak up on us pretty fast. The WBC, the World Baseball Classic, is around the corner too. It's less than 100 days till first pitch now.
That's traded Jeff McNeil. They continue to dump salaries for a minor league pitcher. Wow. How the fortunes
I don't even know who's going to be on the Mets by the time they start the season.
I know.
Oh, my goodness.
Man. What do we get? Touchdown?
Interception. We got an interception.
Right. We're back alive.
Wow.
We're back alive.
Wow. So, you know what? We got a puncher's chance, but he returned it. So we're almost like, for our Rivers prop, if they run it at all, like we're not going to get it. Like we're on the 35, 40-yard line type thing.
Ooh.
There could be penalties, though. That happened to me the other day.
Yeah,
I needed yardage. Yeah, a guy went backwards. I was like, that actually helps me. I get picked up another 25 yards on the next play. Well, there's signs of life. Not much, but signs of life for the Colts here. Although watch me get terrorized and now not get the 70.5 because they're not kicking a field goal, the Colts. It's touchdown or bust.
No, definitely. Yeah, definitely not. It's just 235. Let's see if FanDuel's even offering anything on him now. No. They shut down all the passing props and everything. They're probably calling it. Oh, actually, you know what? No. They just put it up 282.5. That's
right on the number, essentially. All right, just picked up 9 yards on first down. Good start.
Yeah,
let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we're getting close. We're getting. It's one of those. Okay, there's going to be one draw play or one handoff along the way here somewhere.
Yeah, that's the problem, right? Yeah, when it's 2nd and 1.
Pierce open. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. What's this going to be? He just picked up a nice chunk here, Scott. All right, we were on the 39
277. We're at 277.
Yeah. Pierce. Yeah. Here we go. We're a couple of passes away now from getting it. Let's go. We're not there yet, though.
Wow.
Anything can happen.
Not yet.
A couple of more completions, and we're there.
Yeah. Nice. Here we go. What was I going to say? There was something that happened this weekend. That'll come to me. But, all right. 41.
They're on the
yeah.
30.
Get touchdown.
Oh,
and
you can't make this up. No, you can't make this up. You talked about it earlier. Pick 6, defensive touchdown, just cashes.
Whoa!
I brought it up at the half when I
Nice.
said Rivers is due for a pick, plus 145. It goes the other way. So the game goes over the 70.5, but we should be good, Scott, because they're going to get the ball back right away again now. Rivers, they have to throw some more passes.
How about 7.5 to 1? Nice. I figured I got to see the play here, what happened with it, but I kind of anticipated him just throwing one of those flat, patterns that he's thrown 5,000 times.
I think it was a tip ball actually on this. Let's see. We went back. No, you know what, buddy? It wasn't really Rivers. It was kind of just a good defensive play.
Right.
Rivers threw it to Warren, but Buddy stepped in front of Warren type thing. It was a nice defensive play.
Wow.
Rivers doesn't throw it that hard either. He kind of lobbed it in there, but all right, over 70.5 hits. 75 points right now.
They went all in with the Sauce Gardner trade, right? All in. Give you a couple of number 1 picks here. Then Daniel Jones breaks the leg, and then he tears the Achilles. All right, you're signing Phillip Rivers. Are you kidding me? I mean, by the way, you know what hasn't been talked about enough? Sam Ellinger decided he didn't want to come play for the Colts. Why? You would have been. I know Denver activated him to the roster anyway, but he would have been maybe the starting quarterback this weekend.
Pro Football Today, only on SportsGrid.
Look, the trend continues to go to Blake Corum. He's still available. I can't believe he's still available. So if you have Kyren Williams, you got to have Blake Corum on your roster. And if you don't have Kyren Williams, I think you still want Blake Corum on your roster. You got to have these insurance policies on your roster at the very least. Even in a shallow league, if Blake Corum's floating out there, don't let him float out there. The last thing you want to have happen is for him to end up on some other team and then taking you the next couple weeks to win a championship.
Fantasy Sports Today, only on SportsGrid.
I'm just saying, if I were a good NFL head coach, if I were a hot offensive coordinator, and that coaching cycle's going to come around, and they're like, hey, do you want the Giants job? Or do you want the Michigan job? I think the Michigan job is much better.
Game time decisions, only on SportsGrid.
You ain't buying no tickets.
Who isn't?
You're not going to these
I'm a
games.
fan. Of course I'm not. There's a fan. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, but if you were a fan, I thought you were a fan of the Hurricanes. You're not anymore.
They told me.
They smashed
I told them to donate my tickets.
Yeah, so I get it. But the fans travel. They have money, believe it or not. It's amazing. They do. Well, somebody's got money.
In this economy,
but they have money. I don't know. See what Kelsey says about the economy.
SportsGrid's College Football Today.
I knew it. I knew it, Gabe. I knew this was a possibility.
Oh. So we hit the over, but they pull Phillip Rivers. Can you believe it? One of these days, tell you,
down 3 scores. I thought that was a possibility.
They put Riley Leonard in. Down 2 scores, he was still in. Yeah, they just pulled him right now. They tapped out on the game. This is it.
They tapped out. Yep. Now they'll probably just hand the ball off. This might be a final. Well, they get 2-minute warning.
Screwed. I just said 2 there. I could have cashed out for a profit on the play.
All we did was one completion, right? He's at 277 yards.
One more.
He won 10 yards.
One more.
He won,
yeah. And it gets intercepted.
One more. Down.
That's why I said we need 2 more, and it's not there yet. I said that out loud, if you remember. I said it's not there yet. We need 2 more. 1 more, whatever.
Wow.
And I bet a lot of these props. Doesn't happen often, but once in a while you'll get screwed on like the last play, or they'll take them out of the game like they just did. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. That's a bad beat right there. Like, I don't like the term bad beat. That's a bad beat.
Yeah.
We're 1 pass away from winning the prop, and then they take him out of the game after.
I mean, I get it. You're down 3 scores, but yeah, maybe that's the 4-letter network saying get the game over with.
The only thing I can say is at least the guy ran it back, because I would have really been in hell if he would have intercepted it and just taken a knee and whatever.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Right.
At least I got the over 70.5 still, but I'm losing a lot of props here that I'm going to be on the wrong side of. A lot of them. I'm looking here. It's like a bloodbath, actually. Like Jonathan Taylor over 22.5 rush attempts, 16 only. I took a prop Amir Abdullah over 1.5 receptions. He's got 1.
Ooh.
I got the long field goal prop. It was a 51-yarder, not a 52-yarder. I got Tyler Warren over 4.5 catches. He's got 3. I don't know. Maybe Riley Leonard can complete a couple of passes to Warren here. Maybe I can get lucky with that. I don't even know if Warren's still on the field. And now I went twice on Rivers, and I bet on Kittle. He got hurt. Like, I literally lost. Like, so think about that. I had 2 Kittle props. I lost because he got hurt. And I just lost the 2 Rivers props because he left the game. Like 4 props I lose. That's 4 bets I lose because of that little sequence. Unreal. But you bet props, it's going to happen.
Yeah. I hit the thing that bailed me out. It's crazy, too, because we got 48 of 27. You would think if you're playing props, man, you got to hit all your props, right?
Wow.
The only one I hit was the San Fran defensive touchdown at plus 750. That bailed me out. Otherwise, I had the under Colts team total, loser. I had San Fran, but the under, and I never go under, but I did today, loser. Phillip Rivers had a 33-yard completion. I missed that somewhere along the line to Alec Pierce. So the under 27.5 longest completion, loser. And neither Huff or White got a sack, and I don't know if they're going to get one in the final seconds here, loser. So, yeah, the only one I hit was I did play a couple of Phillip Rivers passing ones. I hit those, but the main ones that we discussed at the beginning of the show, 1 for 6, 1 for 7, whatever it was.
You know what? It's weird because we had a lot of wins. I had a lot of wins tonight in this game. I had a lot of good picks, but we went too hard and just. The only thing, one good thing I see here. I remember I said earlier I jumped on the Colts in game plus 3.5. I made a mistake, and it finally comes to my my advantage. I played 50 cents by mistake.
Instead of $50? That's great. That's great.
I see here net return 91 cents. I'm like, all right, that's a little bit of a. Unfortunately, though, I went bigger on the other ones. Yeah, one positive is I don't love it because you only get half the money back. But my Colt bet, Scott, was they call it at Bet365 a safety net bet. You basically get your money back if it loses. So. Max of $125 though. So I bet $125 Colts plus 5, but I'll get reimbursed $125 free roll bet after. So that's a little, a little bit of softening, but it sucks. I started off the day strong today with Washington State. It was a nice pick, hard game to bet. I was on the right side. I bet the in-game over. That was a nice win. This game is done. They're taking a knee now.
Yeah, it's over. So we're going to be done here.
We're done, yeah. On to tomorrow, right? No living in the past. I'm going to jump in in-game, but we got bowl games tomorrow, right? So Toledo, Louisville, 2 Eastern.
Right.
It's a little high. I think Louisville are going to win, but it's pretty high. Like Toledo are a good team. I like the over 43.5 there. So I'll go over 43.5 Toledo, Louisville. Western Kentucky, Southern Miss is like a pick your poison type of game. I got to dig in here. And UNLV in Ohio, I think it's an overreaction, guys, due to the coach being suspended or fired. He was suspended and now fired, whatever, at Ohio. They knew he wasn't there anyways. UNLV, I'm not sure they're 7. Ohio are good in bowl games. Like, I think Ohio will come to play in this game.
Yeah. I think so as well. I think it's a big number. That was
That's
4.5
at 9 tomorrow.
Then they
So we'll be on
yes,
tomorrow
9
night
o'clock.
for it.
So so we can talk a little more about that. But you're
And
right.
I always
And the
love
Western
the,
Kentucky Southern Miss, that is a crapshoot, that one. So
I always love the Lonely Heart special, the Christmas Eve special. Always great.
Why?
I'm married now, but like in my younger years, I've spent a lot of alone Christmas Eve nights getting hammered watching like
Timmy Chang.
because a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's a degenerate special," but it's good. Like that, it's on, right? Like I said, I remember the Blue-Gray game on Christmas Day in the old days, and the NBA. Now there's a lot of sports on Christmas, but there wasn't before, right? So it's like, yeah, you know what? Well, at least I got this bowl game, right? And people would put way too much money on it because it's Christmas or whatever. Like, should be a fun one actually on Christmas Eve though, with California and Hawaii.
Yeah. They always play, that's I remember the Timmy Chang game. Now he's a coach, but I remember him a quarterback, and I would kick everyone out of the house.
It's not Christmas without a Hawaii Bowl with Hawaii.
Yeah, you have to. You have to have, and it's got to be Hawaii too, definitely. So,
used to be on Christmas night actually, but they moved it to Christmas Eve.
Yeah. So, I have one college basketball play. The line's a little bit lower than what it was to start the game, but it's my double under teams. Northern Iowa, St. Mary's. They're in the second half. They're giving you 124.5. It's 44-43. It was 130 to start the game. Two monster under teams. I would even go under 124.5. Then I get 40.
I like Northern Iowa plus the points in that game. Man, they're hanging around. They're only down by 1, too, but I missed out on a good number.
Yeah. Gabe and I will be back tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Eastern. Hopefully you can join us. Hopefully you made a couple shekels along the way tonight. We'll talk to you tomorrow here on the Grid.